to everyone who still had doubts that Opie won, against Anthony at least, I think this is a case closed. This is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. So, Anthony sent out his lackey, Keith the Cuck, to beg Opie on Twitter. Keith the Cop says, "Yes, you did hear it correctly. Anthony said if Opie Radio invited him to do his podcast, he would absolutely do it. What do you think, Ope? Let's get this one done. It's the show everyone wants to hear. You guys both should put everything aside and do this for the fans. Long overdue." Alright, those pre-order book sales must be in the fucking tank, nigga. That shit must be like 2 copies. This nigga sent his lackey, and they tagged Opie, to beg Opie to have him on, for Anthony to go on his podcast. Anthony, you already were on Opie's podcast. Remember, you did a bullshit false copyright claim about me, and I'm still waiting to hear a word back on. So, but, I mean, the Destroyer now has Anthony on his knees begging, "Please, Opie, can I come on your podcast?" Begging like a motherfucker. So, I mean, it's obvious who won. He really went and begged Opie. Like, and Keith the Cop, oh, come on, Opester. Come on, Opie. Look, because you have to understand, outside of the Joe Rogan thing, and that's trying to hit like a bigger, sort of separate, like the dudes who do like the Joe Rogan clips, they're O&A fans, but the vast majority of the Joe Rogan audience are not O&A fans and don't give a fuck about Cumia. So he knows in order to really get the book sold, you'd have to go on like a Jim and Sam or an Opie podcast. But all the shit you've talked, like, didn't you just call him retarded last week? Now you're like, "Please, can I come on your podcast?" Ugh. Well, I wonder what the Opester is going to say. Now, personally, I mean, let's keep it real. I would love to hear it. You know, Anthony go on Opie's podcast. As a fan, I would love to hear it. But with all the battling back and forth, holy shit. To actually go beg Tits McGee. Trampa hoping for a Tits and Zits reunion, I guess.